Dr. Lalitaa here, and today's video all about letting go. Now, what do I mean by letting go? People say it all the time, don't they? It's like get over it, just let it go. What is your problem? Just forget about it. But how can you? How can you forget about something if you're feeling a certain emotion? If something's being triggered within you, it's to be able to understand what is this emotion that's being triggered. Not just trying to shove it away or ignore it, because by ignoring it and shoving it away, you're putting it away somewhere, and when you feel that same emotion again, it's the same box that's going to be triggered time and time again, and it all comes out because it's everything that's going in this box. So imagine if, like, I have just imagine I have a box of frustration, I have a box of sadness, I have a box of anger, I have a box of boredom, for example. Now, all of these different things, every time you're feeling an emotion, it goes into this box, it goes into this box, it goes into this box. But before it goes into the box, we need to understand what it is that's going in the box. Because say if someone who tells us what to do at work, now that is becoming frustrating, but because it's at work, you haven't said anything. So you're feeling frustrated, you put it in the box. Now you come home, and in your home life, someone's telling you what to do. And it's that same feeling that's being triggered where you feel like you don't have control, where you feel like you don't have a voice. And I point here is where our voice chakra is, our throat chakra is. So it feels like you don't have a voice. And because of that, you may now react to actually the frustration of all these different things that are going on, or the frustration of what's going on at work is coming out now, and you're reacting to that emotion because someone else has triggered it, and you're feeling that emotion, and it feels like, hang on, I can speak out, or I can use this emotion, I can do something with this emotion. Whereas at work, it feels like you're not able to do it, but at home now, it feels like it's safer to lash out. Now, when you lash out, the other person's not going to understand why you have lashed out the way that you have, or why you've reacted to that frustration the way you have. It's saying, for example, with sadness, if someone's made you sad somewhere, at work, for instance, they've said something to you, they've upset you, and then at home, someone's upset you again at home, or with friends, someone's upset you. You may feel like you're just going to switch off, or just shut away, or hide away. And now you've said that, oh, I'm not going to talk to that person for a while because they've really upset me. Not realizing that actually the sadness has come from somewhere else, but it's okay to take it or to react to this sadness because of where you've last felt it, because it's come out. But it's trying to go back and understand where you felt these emotions. Because remember, the emotions that we feel, they are the glue to how we see the world around us. It's almost like the reality that we create comes from our emotions. And that's why we always really, really need to understand our emotions. And emotions are always, they're communicating with us all the time. And it's for us to stop and understand, right, what are my emotions trying to say to me? My emotions are trying to communicate something to me. What are they trying to say? Because if we keep trying to push it away, the emotions will find a way to come back up. They'll find a way to subconsciously impact on your life around you. So say, for example, with the frustration at work, if that keeps building up, it'll get to a point where you may just eventually one day just explode. And that's purely because that box has become too big. Not the box has become too big, but the things are going into the box, and the box isn't big enough to carry all these different things that are going in. So a way that it deals with it is just by, like, you just need to just explode for a bit, and then it comes back to that point where I can handle this now, and it keeps taking it on board. But remember, the other person isn't going to understand that. But also, are you understanding it? Are you taking time to understand why is it that I reacted this way? Because remember, there's a difference between reaction and there's a difference between response. When you're reacting to something, you're not taking that time to think about what you're reacting to. Whereas when you're responding to something, you take that time to reflect. Now, reacting isn't a bad thing, because if there's a line in front of you, you're going to react. You're not going to think about it like, right, now, do I sit here, or do I run away from this situation, or do I sit and do I fight this lion? No, you will react. You're going to react. Your body will start to create adrenaline, and you will run for your life. Or you may think that you want to beat the tiger, the lion up, but that's okay as well. You're reacting, and it's okay to react. But my point is, reacting isn't a bad thing. Reacting it's a survival, it's an instinct that we have, and it's okay to do it. But when it impacts on your everyday life, like when you're lashing out, for example, or when you become quite reserved or quite isolated because you don't want to let people close, because you feel like you're quite saddened with the world around you. Now that's when you want to start reflecting on why you're doing what you're doing, because there's a reason to why you're doing what you're doing, and it's to understand that. So my point of this sort of the exercise that I'm going to give you is to take time out to communicate with your emotions. Take time out to understand your emotions, because your emotions are really, really important. Why do I say that? Because your emotions, they create your reality. And your emotions help you to understand what your thought process is. Now, I'm going to go more into detail with this in another video where we tune in to actually, once I understand my feeling, how then can I change my feelings? Because feelings, they come from your thought processes. Now, we have behaviors, we have thoughts, and we have feelings. And all three of these are connected together. So if I give you an example. So we have this. So we have our thoughts here. Now our thoughts here, they fuel our feelings. Our feelings then can go back and fuel our thoughts, and our thoughts can then fuel our behaviors. Now it's for us to understand, what is it that I'm feeling? Now if you're feeling sad about something, it's to go back and understand, okay, I'm feeling sad. Where are you feeling sadness? Are you feeling it? Where are you feeling sadness in your body? Do you feel it anywhere in your body? Now once you understand this, you understand your feeling, then you move towards your thoughts. Now, what is the sadness saying? What is the sadness had? If the sadness had words, what would the sadness be saying? Now, this helps you to understand your thought processes then that are going on for you. Now, your thought processes help you then to understand your behavior with your feelings and your thoughts. Now, if you're feeling sad, for example, and the sadness might be, I can't believe that person did that to me, then your behavior is you're feeling quite reserved, you're feeling quite sort of pushed back, or you're not allowing yourself to let people close to you again. Why is that? Because you're protecting yourself. So I need to protect myself. And the feeling again is that feeling of feeling mistrust or feeling sad, feeling disappointed. Now, all of these different things, they're all telling you something. They're all teaching you something. So from your feelings, it's important to try and understand, what is my feeling? That helps you to get to your thoughts. Now, thoughts always teach us as well, an important aspect, because everything comes from our thoughts. If you're seeing things from a point of view like people aren't trustworthy, for example, that's what you're going to see in the world around you. And that's another video that I will talk about perception and about how important perception is. Now, I'll go into this more in another video because there's so much more to this, but this is briefly what I wanted to touch on, which is a thought, feelings, and behavior cycle. This is related to CBT. So if there's anyone who knows or who's done CBT before, this is very much related to CBT, but I'm going to go more into detail because there's so much more to talk about. But I want to give you an idea of how important feelings are, and feelings then giving us an idea about what thoughts that we're having and what thoughts are associated to the feelings that we have, and how that then impacts on our behaviors. Now, people around us only see behaviors. They don't see our feelings. They don't see our thoughts. We feel our feelings. We know what we're thinking, but we also can see and become more aware of our behaviors. But we have to be willing to want to become more aware of it as well. Because it's very easy to be like, I don't want to think about it, or I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to know what I'm feeling, and push it under the carpet. That's a coping strategy. It's a way that of being that you've thought of. But there's another way of being, which is a healthier way of being, which is communicating with yourself. And the more you do that, the more your reality is going to change, because the more in tune you're going to become with yourself. And I get so excited about speaking about it, because everyone's cycle is very different as well, and everyone's experiences will be very different when you put it into that cycle. So if you feel like you want to share some comments about the thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that you're having, or any feelings that you're feeling where you feel like I can't deal with this emotion, or this emotion is very difficult for me to manage, comment below, let me know, and I will be happy to respond back to you. I will always get back to you, and I want to help you. At the end of the day, we're here, we're living life, and I want to make your life as amazing as possible. So on that note, I'm going to send you lots and lots of love, lots of blessings for today. Have an amazing day and take care, and I will speak to you all later. Remember, subscribe, comment below, and you'll get all the notifications and everything. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.